Yo, what's up everybody? This is TJ Customs and I'm back with another video. Today, I'm going to be doing Toybiz versus Hasbro in a fight to the death. Just kidding, but I'm going to be doing and comparing the Toybiz figures to the Hasbro figures, and today I'm going to be doing Electro, since this Electro figure just recently came out, so I thought, why not compare them? Real quick, I want to say that I am not trying to prove one company superior to the other or anything like that. I'm just simply comparing them to show how the figures have evolved. I don't want to bring up any comparisons or I don't want to bring up any superiority and try to make one seem better than the other. I'm just trying to show them off. Now, personally, I'm always going to have a soft spot in my heart for Toybiz, and I always am loving the evolution of the figures and how much better they're getting with the newer ways they're doing things. It's great. So now, specifically talking about Electro here. Let's take a look at the brand new Hasbro Electro first. I think that this figure is pretty awesome. Just looking at it, the colors and the paint look really good. They really look really well done. The sculpt is pretty great. I think that the face sculpt is pretty good, although I actually do think that the old face sculpt for the previous Hasbro one is a little bit better. This one has this weird grin on his face, and it doesn't look bad. I still think it looks really good, but I think it was a missed opportunity to potentially give a alternate head that has a more relaxed face or a more angry face. It's always this grimace face with Electro. One thing also that I'm not a huge fan of is the body mold. I don't think it's bad by any means, but I do think it's a little bit bulky for the character. I think they definitely could have gone with the Sunspot body mold, and I think it would have been perfect. I think that definitely would have worked better for this figure. Now to talk about things that I love about it, I absolutely love the colors and how much they pop. It's great. I think that the paintwork is done really, really well too. I don't really have any scuffs or anything on mine, actually. The line work for the yellow over the green looks pretty solid. I think it looks pretty good. Overall, the sculpt work looks great, and I love the accessory to have the electrocuting hands, or the electricity finger hands. I think those are great as well, and a great addition to the figure. Now let's move over to the pros and cons that I have with the Toybiz Electro. Now, first thing I'm going to start off with talking about this figure is the cons, and the biggest con is its body size. Again, I had a issue, or not an issue, a huge complaint, but a slight issue with the Hasbro body size. I again have a slight issue with the Toybiz body size. He's very slender. I think that he's a bit too slender. Definitely could use some more muscle on that frame there. I definitely think the perfect Electro figure would be somewhere in between this size and the size that Hasbro did, which again would pretty much be that Sunspot body mold. Other than that, some more complaints that aren't incredible with this figure is the fact that his hands are stuck in this open palmed like way. It's kind of weird. I don't know why Toybiz chose to do this, but yeah. This figure is also from the Sinister 6 box set. I forgot to mention that, but I thought I would. Overall, I do think the sculpt is pretty cool. It's definitely a little bit dated, but I do think it looks good in terms of the face sculpt. I like the grin. It's definitely a more full-on grin, which actually to me makes it look a little bit more menacing and slightly creepy. And I do like the paint detailing in the green, having shadows and stuff instead of just being flat green and yellow like it is on the Electro for Hasbro. Also, real quick, obviously that electricity did not come with the Toybiz figure. Now, to talk about both of them together in terms of comparing the two of them, I think they both look pretty decent next to each other. Obviously, one looks a little bit better in terms of anatomy than the other one. That body mold Toybiz used to use is not incredible. It's very slender. Definitely fitting for some characters, but for most, it's not so fitting. I do think that they both have their pros and their cons. Now let's real quick go over the articulation for both, because that could make or break it for some collectors. Looking at Toybiz figure, he has full rotation at the head, and his head can go up this high and down this far. He's got shoulder articulation that can go up and down, and it can go side to side as well. He also has a slight butterfly joint, which is really awesome. He has rotation at the bicep, double jointed elbows, rotation at the mid forearm. He has a hinge at the hand and then a hinge at the fingers. He has an ab crunch, a waist swivel. He's got ball jointed hips, so that means his legs can go forward and back and side to side as well. And he's still got rotation at the thigh area. He's got double jointed knees, rotation at the mid calf. And then he's got a hinge at the ankle and then a toe hinge, but no ankle pivot on this man's. I do think the articulation on the figure is really great. It's one of the better things about that Toybiz body mold, although the lack of a ankle pivot is kind of lame. Now let's look at the articulation for the Hasbro figure. He has, again, full rotation at the head. His head can go up this far, just about as far as the Toybiz. Head can go down that far. He's got a ball joint at the shoulder, which can go up and down and side to side. No butterfly joint here because of the lack of Sunspot body mold. Rotation at the bicep, double jointed elbows. He's got rotation at the wrist and a hinge at the wrist as well, with alternate hands instead of having a hinge at the fingers. He has an ab crunch, a waist swivel. He's got T-jointed hips, which means they can go up and down and side to side as well. It also has a cut joint that makes the upper thigh rotate. He has double jointed knees, and this one actually does have a cut joint at the calf, which is very rare, I feel, for Hasbro figures. He has a hinge at the ankle, an ankle pivot, of course, and that is it. Definitely, I feel that there is more articulation on the Toybiz figure in spots that I think would be useful, like the butterfly joints, but I do appreciate the ankle pivot, and the lack of butterfly joint is really the only thing going against the Hasbro articulation. All in all, I think these two figures are pretty awesome. I still have a soft spot for this Toybiz Electro from the Sinister 6 2-pack, even though I would probably say that the Hasbro one is better. The Hasbro release that just came out in the classic Electro. But again, I'm not here to rule one better than the other. I'm here to just put them out and compare them. And I would love to see what you guys think in the comments below. Please argue over which one you think is better, or debate. Don't argue. Debate which one you think is better in the comments below. That's what I'm kind of making these videos for, is to start a discussion on these figures with you guys. And if you guys really like this video, please leave a like and comment and show your support, and I will make future ones just like this with other figures that I have and other characters. I also wanted to give a big thank you to anybody who showed love on the Spider-Man in Gaming series. It's more of a passion project for me, and I decided to post it on here. I want to bring more stuff that has a multitude of my interests and not just action figures on here. So anybody that showed support onto that video, I thank you. Obviously, there will still be action figure content, but I wanted to, change some things up. But thank you guys, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.